My history is the Black girl magic embedded in my lineage. My history is an ode to unsung heroes. It's the mothers still waiting on their flowers.
You're listening to Toronto's Shahaddah Jack. At 21, she has a laundry list of accomplishments under her belt, including hundreds of performances on stage and being appointed the City of Toronto's inaugural Youth Poet Laureate, serving as a literary ambassador, amplifying young voices right across the city.
And now she is working on Say It Loud, a creative hub and movement she founded in 2025 to elevate youth poets and build inclusive spaces for artistic expression. So joining us live this morning to talk about this is once again Shahaddah Jack. Shahaddah, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for
I think we all still have goosebumps from the last time you were here and you recited some spoken word as part of Toronto Tempo and their event. But it looks like you've got a busy month coming up. Yeah. It is Black History Month and you have an event with the City of Toronto. But before that, you've got several events, Toronto's Black Film Festival, and then you'll be performing at the St. Lawrence Centre for the Arts later on in March. So yes. Talk about how it's been for you. You know, you've been recognized by the City of Toronto, but with all these projects coming up.
You know, it's truly been an incredible time. I think it's been a whirlwind for sure, but one thing that's resonated throughout this term in the past year, and we have a year left to go, is really the connection with the youth. And with Say It Loud, in May, we created an opportunity for the first time ever having a youth poetry slam during Youth Week, and having youth say, the city sees me, that these opportunities are being created where I can see officials in the room and have a piece about social justice, have a piece about what do I want to see happening in my city. So amidst all the accolades, for me, the biggest thing is being able to create those opportunities for youth. And now with these Black History Month events coming up, Black History in Verse that we have going on at City of Toronto Archives on February 27th, we'll have 3 of the youth who are in our Say It Loud programming performing on that stage. And that's what this is all about, creating those opportunities.
That is remarkable. And those are 3 important words, say it loud, for sure, right? And it really speaks to the messaging you're trying to bring across here. But sometimes for people, saying it loud isn't easy. Where did you find your voice and your courage to speak up and to do what you do and do it so prolifically and so, you know, perfectly, really?
I think there's so many things that go into it. I started writing at the age of 12 and getting paid professionally at 13. And there's so many people that made it possible. One, my mom, she shows up every time. And one thing I tell community is you have to show up for the youth and show them that their voices matter, that they belong at the table, they belong on the stage. And I have incredible mentors like Rendella J, who's Ontario's first poet laureate, and Britta B, who's an incredible spoken word artist and professor of spoken word here in the city. So I think it just speaks to the power of mentorship, and that as artists, as people who are opening the doors first, that we leave those doors open for youth to come in and use their voice to shift the change that maybe we're still not yet able to see.
Public speaking is not easy.
Yeah, it's the #1 fear in the world.
It is. Yeah, it really is. And Shahaddah Jack, I mean, when you're so young, you're 21 years old, and yet there is so much history. And when we talk about Black history, there's a lot in that. There's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of pain, but there's also a lot of joy and happiness and celebration. So as you take all that in throughout your years since you were writing when you were 12, how has kind of the knowledge of Black history evolved within you and influenced your art?
That's a great question. For me, it's always been about looking to Canadian Black history and to look at who are the women and the Black women in the Black community that has come before me, and I stand on their shoulders. And it's to know that, yes, Black history is, we talk about slavery and we talk about pain and we talk about struggle. And the biggest thing is to know that as a community, as a Black community, it's not our burden to bear, that our history is world history. It's a country's history, and how can we come together and address that? So it's about community showing up to these events. It's about putting more into our classrooms, more of our youth into these classrooms and having them look at the walls and the curriculum and know that you are reflected back in this society. And so having a term as Youth Poet Laureate and having this role is a first step into letting youth know, and being the first Black Youth Poet Laureate lets youth know.
What do you hear from crowds, groups, youth that you speak to, perform your spoken word in front of? What kind of response do you get, and how does that fill you up?
For some youth, they say, I didn't know this was possible, that you can be a poet and make money, or be a poet at 21 years old and enact change. So in the past month, I was able to go to TDSB, and my book, Underrated Royalty, was featured in their Black Girls Book Club. And for the youth, it was for them to know someone so close to my age is doing something that they believe in, and that they can do it too. And if youth can't see it, they can't dream it. So it's about creating that representation. Ultimately, it comes back to that.
Yeah, that reflection really does matter.
Yeah.
Shahaddah Jack, it's always a pleasure having you here with us. Thank you for coming in again today, and look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks, Shahaddah. Great to see you.
Having me.
Appreciate this so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.